looking for the best way to get fresh bread the way you like it, and this could be the video for you. Don't forget, if you're using the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get those Weber and kitchen accessories, so make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Hi Weber fans, welcome back to the channel. So this one's a little bit different, but if you like me and you love your Weber barbecue, you like making pizzas, I'm sick of buying pizza dough. Yes, I could make it by hand. That's a bit of a chore. So I've gone out and I've bought a Breville bread maker. Now, if you've never had homemade fresh bread, then you haven't lived. So let's jump in and check it out. Right, so we've got the Breville bread maker. Vent on the side, vent on the rear, I'll explain what this is in a second, and vents on the other side. So it's made of all stainless steel. You've got a lift up lid, so there's no lock on the lid, it's just weight that drops down. There's an instruction book with various recipes. Got a bread pan with a handle, which is easy to remove, so it's just a twist and that unlocks it. As we look at the bread pan, we've got our mixing attachment there, which just slides off. It's all Teflon coated inside, so it's a non-stick Teflon coated pan. And then to slot it back in, you drop it in and twist it to lock it in place. As we lift the lid, we've got our fruit and nut dispenser. What this does is once you load it up with fruit and nut, that will disperse it into the dough at a specific time. You'll hear a loud clicking noise, don't worry. All it is the nuts and fruit dispensing if you've put any of those in. Press those two plastic bits together, slide that out. You can remove this tray if you need to, take it to your pantry, load it up with fruit and nut, pop it back in, and then just push that in to lock in place. It will click if you're not using the fruit and nut dispenser, but that won't affect this in any way. Look at the main settings. We've got our gluten-free button, we've got our dough button. You can adjust the time on it that you want. If you want it to cook a bit longer, you can press plus. If you want it to cook less, press minus. I leave it as it is. I find these settings work great. You've got your size of your loaf. So your size of your loaf, 3 different settings. Got a menu setting, so you can flick through all those menus. 13 menus on there. So the first one is your basic loaf. Second one is your French loaf, 3 hours 40 minutes. Whole wheat, which is 3 hours and 55 minutes. This is all includes the kneading and the cooking of it. You've got your sweet loaf express at 680, so it will do it in 120 minutes, which is pretty cool. The express 900, it will do it in just under 2 hours, as opposed to 3 hours and 20. And then you've got your yeast free, you've got your continental. Your dough takes an hour and a half to mix that dough, so if you're making pizza dough, it's great for that. Got the gluten-free one, which is 2 hours and 45 minutes. Jam setting is an hour, so you can make jam in just over an hour. And then you've got your bake setting, which is an hour, and then your yogurt setting. So it takes 8 hours for it to make yogurt. Some great additions to this. Now, if you want to change the size of the loaf, you can change the size by pressing the size button, and that will flick through from 450, 680, to 900. I like to do a 900 gram loaf. If I'm doing a loaf, I might as well do the biggest one possible. Color wise, you've got 3 different settings for your color. So you've got first setting, which is like a light color. I haven't tried that one. Second setting we'll be doing today, which is like a medium. And then you've got your high setting. I'll just do the high and the medium setting to give you a comparison on the color and browning of those loaves. So let's get this set up and start baking some bread. So first up, we've got our bread pan and our kneading blade. Now there is a flat part on the blade there, which lines up. So you just lower that down, slot it on until it locates. Once it locates, it will lock on, it will turn with ease. Basically just slides straight on. Next up, we're gonna add our mixture. So you're gonna add this in the order that it says in the book. Now, because yeast is the active ingredients, that's why we add that last. With our bread maker, we're just going to turn that on at the plug socket. We're going to open the lid, insert our bread pan like so, and then twist into the lock position. Close the lid. Then we're going to press our menu button on. We're just going to choose menu 1. So we've got the various times on there. So menu 1. Then we're going to choose our size of loaf. We've got 400 gram, 600 gram, or 900 grams. So we're going to go 900 gram because it's gone for the biggest mixture. And you've got 3 selections of your color or your loaf. So we'll go for a medium color. So we don't want dark. We'll go for medium. It's just a case of pressing the start button to start the function. That's saying that will be cooked. That will be mixed and cooked in around 3 hours and 25 minutes. As you can see, that's now mixing and all the mixture. After 5 minutes of kneading, that will stop and pause. Just leave it to run and do its function. It's just letting it rise for a bit, and then it will keep kneading it all the way through the process before it starts to bake it. Okay, so that's been going for around 40 minutes. I'm just going to quickly open it to show you what the dough is looking like at the moment. So that dough mixture is mixed, and what it's doing is letting it rise. Let it rise for around 10 minutes and then it will start kneading it again. So we'll just close that lid and leave it to continue. So that's just beeped. It's been going for around an hour and a half. It's just done a final knead and now it's letting it rise before it starts baking it. It's got an hour and 50 minutes to go. So let's just quickly have a look. Okay, so it's going to rise now, and you can feel the heat that's starting to bake it. So we'll leave that shut, and in an hour and 48 minutes that should be done. Right, so it's got 12 minutes to go. The bread has risen. So the top of this gets hot, so make sure you keep it out of the reach of children, youngsters. It is literally hot to the touch. So just quickly open it so you can have a quick glance, and then I'll close it quickly because it's still got another 12 minutes to go. There's the loaf there. It's all risen and starting to brown. To stop cooking, it'll go in the keep warm mode. So when it says keep warm, you can cancel that by pressing the start or cancel button. Just bear in mind it's still hot, so don't let any toddlers or anyone touch it. So we lift that up. So now we've cancelled that keep warm. Bear in mind it's hot. If you want to lift that handle, I tend to use a spoon so I don't burn my fingers. And then it's just a twist and a pull to release it. And just place your loaf on a surface to cool. Right, so the first loaf has just come off. I'm going to bake a second loaf as well. I'll put them both to rest and then we'll jump in and have a look at them. Trust me, the smell of that fresh bread smells absolutely amazing. Right, so we've done two crusty loaves. This one was set on medium and this one was set on high. So you've got two variations in the browning that you can have. Hopefully if you went for low, then it'd be even whiter than this. But looking at the sides have crusted up as well. Got some nice chlorine in there, and when you tap them on top, you can just hear that crust. So the best way to check this out now is to cut into one and give it a bit of a taste. Once we've cut that bread up, so it's time to give it a bit of a taste test. The best way to do that is to get it toasted and get some delicious butter on there. Don't forget, if you're using the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get those Weber and kitchen accessories, so make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed that quick look at the Breville bread maker. As you can see, it's really easy to use. It's not just a bread maker. You can make jam in there, you can make dough. Dough takes around an hour and a half, which is fantastic for making pizzas, and you can also make yogurt. So this is the setting, as you've seen, for gluten-free. So anyone who's gluten-free, you can make gluten-free bread in there as well. Breville bread maker, the bread tastes fantastic. I don't buy bread anymore. I literally make it in there, and it takes around 3.5 hours for a loaf, which isn't too bad. You can set a delay timer on it as well. So if you're going to work, you can set a delay timer on it. Come on at a certain time. When you come through in the house, got that nice, warm, fresh, baked bread in there. Even if you're making dough and you want pizzas, you put your ingredients in for your dough and then have that ready to go when you get home from work. So the Breville bread maker, it's pretty up there. Give it at least a 9 out of 10. My only issue I've got with it, and that's something they can't stop anyway, and that's the little hole that it leaves in the bottom where the mixer is. You just get a tiny little hole left in there in the bottom of the bread, but you're going to eat it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's only my only nitpick with it. It's so easy to clean. Just let it soak for around 20 minutes in soapy water. Do not put it in the dishwasher because you've got the mechanical part underneath, and do not submerge it in water. As you see, when I cleaned it, I put it in the sink. I did take the little filter tray out, because if you leave that in the sink, that will go down. When you tip the water out, the water will go in the sink, or if you're spilling it over the side, side, it'll go into the sink and it'll get wet underneath. So if you've got one of those drain plugs, take that out, sit it in the drain hole, and then just fill it up with hot soapy water. Don't use any abrasive cleaners, a bit of dish soap / washing up liquid, and then after 20 minutes, I just wiped it around with a dishcloth. Swirled it out with cold water and then put it on the drainer to dry. For the Breville bread maker, I think it's a really good investment. It's well worth checking out. There will be links down in the description below, so make sure you check those out to that bread maker. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. Happy baking and grilling, and I'll catch you next one.